Plugged in, connected. What does that term mean now? Do you have a phone in your hand at this moment? Or are you watching on some form of internet device? Or are you using Wi Fi? Then you are plugged in, you are connected. I always was aware of it, but when it became a concern, was the invention of the Bluetooth. Okay, I don't know if any of you remember, and some of you are too young to remember, but when Bluetooth first came, everyone was walking around with a little blinking blue light on the side of their head, like a bunch of cyborgs. I mean, these are the movies they had shown us. And now we were walking around watching everybody. We weren't paying attention at first. And then all of a sudden at night, if you were at a gathering somewhere, it got scary to see everyone walking around with the little blinking blue lights. First, it was kind of cool. Then you start having thoughts. And then people start talking about headaches and cancer from phones. Well, you might not want this up behind your ear, you know? And so that's when plugged in. It's like, hey, you put something right there on that side. What's located on that side of your head, right above your ear? That's where your memory is. That's the point. And you let someone put a device there. It, it didn't have to stay there long. It doesn't take. It didn't have to be there but a few seconds. Try one on in the store. All right. I mean, if I was some evil, you know, a super villain, uh, all you would have to do is try one on, and I got you in a split second. A lot of information could be downloaded. Let me give you an example. You may have been, you live in this world, you hear all kinds of comments and see all kinds of videos and commercials about how fast, how much information is downloaded in a fraction of a second somewhere on this earth by something. Well, imagine they keep telling you that the biggest, greatest computer and all the computers in the world don't even compare to one human brain. Now imagine how much could be downloaded to your head in a few seconds. You can't imagine it. You can't imagine that much information. That's how much can be downloaded to your head in a few seconds. All it takes is a, a few seconds of television through your eyes, a few seconds headphones that's playing something you don't besides your music, a Bluetooth, a phone, a tablet, a computer, anything that has access to your brain has access to your mind. And we keep telling you your brain and your mind are not the same thing. But we're not going to get into the semantics of that, okay? We're not gonna try to we're not gonna try to illustrate the brain and the mind. What we're talking about is your brain being plugged in. Your brain is your central nervous system's switchboard. It's a workstation, a central operating station, a relay station to everything from the mind to the body. It's everything goes through it. Everything. So this thing has languages like a computer that it can only understand, and that's vision, sound, um, vision. In other words, light, sound, sensations, as in touch, gas. I don't know what the word is for smells, and And I forget the word. I'm not a big fan of English for taste. Okay, it's right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't stop to meditate on that word. But what I'm saying is these are the pathways to your brain. Now, two of these pathways have to do with being plugged in. All of them have to do with being plugged in, connected, but two of them have to do with being plugged in. That's the light and the sound. The light and the sound is what's mainly being used on you, okay? Light and vibration, okay? Now, in order for this to work, this has to be done first. This light has to be taught to you to have a meaning in association with some action or something, some thought, okay? Now, in the same way with this vibration, the sound must mean something to you. If it's a sound in a language that you don't recognize, it doesn't mean anything to you. And if it's your visions, everything that you see, the meaning and the name, the sound that goes with it, and all that was given to you from someone. You didn't just start calling it that. You tried when you was a baby, but they stopped you and say, no, 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 that's this. You had made up your own name for it, but they stopped you. That's the natural way what a creature would do. You know, right? And then they would have to all get together and say, well, I call it this. Well, I call it that. Okay. Now I know your language and you know mine. All right. But that's been all messed up because we demand that this is what it is. And we want everyone in the world to speak this way. We're gonna use all our leverage to make them speak the way the language that we made up. So now, plugged up can't work if the message being sent to you and the sound being sent to you doesn't make any sense. Meaning it doesn't have any sensory value or it doesn't match up with what was fed to your senses. Okay, the messages that you were taught. Okay, so let me try to simplify it. You are taught something or showed something. Once it's in your brain, every time someone shows that to you, whatever in your brain will play. So these pre these pre-planted thoughts set you up to be brainwashed. Okay? The brainwashing won't work if nothing that they're feeding you means anything to you. It would do no good to try to brainwash you in a foreign language. It won't do any good. Okay? It won't do any good. So, the way to get out of a brainwashing is to change all the meanings, all the names back. If you change all the words and change everything, you'll throw it off. It's something like what those people you call black did. But by taking things and twisting them their own way, they offset the program. See, now that's how you beat a brainwash. A brainwash is set on specific information that's already been established in your head. That means that you will call this, or when you hear this sound, it will mean this to you. If you change the meaning of the sound, the brainwash breaks. So your safest bet is to change the meaning of all the sounds and change the names of all the pictures, change the meaning of all the pictures. In other words, associate another sound with them and another definition, which is a lot of work, unless someone has already done it for you. Matter of fact, it didn't even have to be done. Some Genius Group decided to change everything, and we just had to change it back. Changing everything back to original form breaks their program. It breaks the brainwashing, no matter who was doing it and what their means was, because you don't have one little party doing it. I told you, you don't know who to blame. The Illuminati, the government, some super villain, some rich dude just crazy. You don't know who or what. Is it this race? Is it that race? Or you don't know what's really is the threat to you in the world. So what I'm simply saying is on this brainwashing thing, a way how to proceed without knowing, okay? Because you could take another 100 years and they could keep dodging you like they've been doing so far. You know how long people, conspiracy theorists, been in existence? Just as long as those things that they mentioned been in existence. You know, the Knights of Templar, you know. But anyway, what I'm simply saying to you um, is this is worth gold. Do you understand that governments and scientists are paying for this whole set of things like this, and I'm giving you one for free. I'm giving it to you for free. Do you have no idea the value of what I just told you? I just told you how to escape the brainwashing of any institution, thing, or person or place that's ever been placed on you. How to get out. But it's not so easy to do by yourself because it's a lot of work. Took me like 40 years to put this stuff together. I remember that's when my head got bumped, as we say in the hood, like 40 years ago. And I was like, whoa, things are not like I was told. That's when it started. And I got serious about it. Well, later on, I figured a way to fix all the things that were broken and restore all things that been stolen. And, this is part of that. People are brainwashed. They've been insane for thousands of years. Only thing that this is going to do is help the people. It's going to help everybody actually, because you can apply it to another country, another language. It doesn't have to be English, okay? It doesn't have to be America. It's the same principle works. What you have to do is learn another language, practice it until you're fluent with it, and you will notice a change in you because the normal programming will be defeated. They'll still have them same meanings until you take this other language to heart. That's what teacher always told us, learn other languages. It was way more meanings to everything he told us than he had time to even tell us. One minute he had us going this way. Okay, you don't know what kind of teacher we had. We had a teacher that would take us 1,000 miles that way just to show us it's the wrong way. He said, I could have told you it was the wrong way, but you wanted to go there, so I took you there. I could have told you it wasn't the place that you wanted to be, but you came to me and you said, hey, I want to go here, can you show me how to get there? And he took us there just to tell us this ain't where the hell you really want to be. You just thought you did, and we've been through that kind of stuff. We've been through what I gotta take you through. And I'm telling you, um I can't do it like he did it. you know and he better be still breathing and fit and of sound mind and everything when I see him, because you have never seen a science fiction movie that'll look like if I turn my genius and powers from trying to help and save and everything and solutions to becoming a real fucking problem myself. You don't have no contingency for. I don't care what kind of I don't care what kind of weapon. I don't care what you think you have. You, I'm fearless. The only thing I'm avoiding is losing my damn temper. Because when you have such great abilities, you cannot take it back. It's like I'm being a strong man. If you snap someone's neck, you can't twist their neck back on. Like, my bad, I lost it. No, you can't do that. Well, psychic power, social power, military might, or whatever you want to call it, is the same way. You can't just afford to be losing your cool at every little thing. That's why these people with powers must be put in check. They must be of sound mind. Understand that they are not of sound mind. You want proof that they're not of sound mind? You're not of sound mind, and they're just like you. Some of them are worse than you. You want proof that you're not of sound mind? You get mad at a fly for flying, for buzz, at a fly for being a fly. You get mad at a bee for buzzing. You get mad at a dog for barking, which is all it can do. It's the only way it can talk. You're getting mad at a dog for being a dog, and a woman for being a woman, and a man for being a man, and the weather for being the weather. You're insane, and you don't know it. Maybe you beginning to get it, but you didn't know it. Someone and some things have made you crazy. That's irrelevant. To dwell on that is insane. Unless you got a time train and go back and get these people and stop them, it's insane for you to even weigh that or take time, stop in the here and now to deal with that. That's crazy. For you to deal with anything that you can't do nothing about, is that sound crazy? Think about it. Deal with something that you can't do nothing about. How are you dealing with it? The very meaning of dealing is tied to do. You can't deal with the past. People come to you when you're already crazy and make you crazier. You got to learn to deal with the past. You, that's insane. There ain't many things that's impossible, but that's way up there. You know, it's way up there. That's not possible yet, is what I'm gonna say, because nothing's impossible. We probably will travel in time, but you can't do that right now. So we can still say this shit for some more years, okay? And hopefully this tape don't become obsolete when we do start time traveling, because there's still other good stuff in here, you guys. Some things, I hope everything has changed. If you're listening to this tape in the future, I'm hoping all the things that we were trying to make happen has already happened. And you looking back saying, wow, this was something. I almost stuck my little ego in there. Ooh, this was some guy. But nah, I don't think I'm gonna need that. You know, I mean, I really don't care how many rusty statues you got of me if I'm gone. You know, I just gotta tell you, I'm speaking for all the people that are gone. We don't give a damn about that plaque. We don't care about that statue. You can have all the Memorial Day things that you want. We don't feel that, okay? Even if we were aware, even if we were ghosts or spirits, right? That crap means nothing no more. You know? You don't mean anything anymore. You are like part of a million chain anchor to this world. And to be free of it all is to be free of you too. So don't be missing me, because I probably won't be missing you. Crying for me is just gonna wet your face. You know, because hey, if I'm a spirit or a ghost, I'm already doing what I was gonna do regardless of that. Being near who I want to be near or whatever. You crying for me or doing all these things, these are the things people do for people. They don't do them for the dead, they're for the people. I detest the whole insanity of the whole funeral crap. I hate it all. It's all insane. And you know how you know something's insane? when you say yourself it's insane. You know how you say yourself it's insane? When you have a funeral, everybody's crying and boo-hooing and missing and stuff, okay? And on their birthday, everybody's partying, celebrating. But you and all the rest of them keep saying the same other thing I keep hearing you say over and over. You know, you're really supposed to be happy at funerals and cry when someone's born because you're born into hell. You keep saying that. But I keep seeing you do this because you're insane. And you're just now getting it. It's pretty deep. Look how many layers it is to it. So you have to use the ones to simplify the world because you're going to need all your time for you. That's also about the ones. The one, you. So the one makes everything simple. You only have to worry about one activity. It just has 5 parts. Sensing. You want to see something, hear something, smell something, taste something, touch something. So that you know that you're here and that here is here. Okay? That one move. That's what we all do in all of its, every job, every play, everything is for that one reason. You want to make some money? Sell somebody something to smell, something to hear, something to taste, something to touch, something to feel. 5 parts of the same thing. Sell them something to sense. That's how all money is made. One product, one business, one action, and one way to do it. Squeezing and relaxing muscles. That's what you call moving. That's all you're doing is contracting one muscle and letting go another muscle, and it pulls you. Okay, it's how you stand. Everything. It's one action. You know. All right. One food, not the 4 food group. One food. Things that grow. Things that grow that have juice in them. All right. Everything that grow ain't good for you to eat. It might be good medicinally in some way, like those grains. They're not good for you. Okay. And cow's milk is not good for you. It's actually deadly to you if they don't boil it and add vitamin D and all that. It will mess you up. Don't believe the movies like you can just squeeze a cow tit and drink some milk out of a cow. You can get rickets at the least. And all them other stages of bacteria that makes butter and cottage cheese and stuff, that's germs. It's nasty. You're eating things that are made by bacteria. Anyway, so 2 food groups down, and you definitely know you're not supposed to eat meat. You're not supposed to kill anything, actually. Okay? Plants don't die if you feed off of them right. You don't have to kill the plant to get its fruit. It'll drop the fruit to you if you wait and have something there to catch it and know it won't be rotten when it drops. Now, so it becomes rotten after it hit the ground. Now, before I go on, hang on. Can't go back, so I just got to keep going forward all the way out the other side, you guys. So the ones, one food, one way, one thought. Oh, one rule based on the golden rule. You know, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat people like you want to be treated. Do people like you would want them to do you if the roles were reversed, if you were over here and they were over there. Now, what I'm trying to tell you, oh, we got that backwards. If they were over here and you were over there, well, I can't have someone come along 10 years from now. Got him. Look. Well, no, okay. Now back to the subject at hand. Ones, make it simple for you to put the world to the side because you got that down. All of the ones, if you just follow them, you will see them. Now you can concentrate on the one, you. You can concentrate on you, self. Fix yourself. Save yourself. And even if you talk about other people depending on you, unless you save yourself, you can't help them. Okay? Save yourself. It's the formula for saving the world. You want to save the world? Of course you do. You don't want to die. World dies, you die. Save the world, save yourself. See, if everybody saved themselves, the whole world will be saved. It's not too much load on anyone. You don't need the Avengers to come save us. Save yourself. You know, get what you need to survive. Self-preservation. Get what you need to survive and sustain yourself. And your children are part of you like just as much as your toes and your fingers. They're made out the same damn thing as your toes and your fingers. So you count them as self. You can count parents too. This is yourself, and you can extend that out as far as you want to extend it. It's still yourself. Look out for yourself. All right? Start with the self and expand from there. Come on, because if you don't get your muscles up, you can't even carry your own out of a burning building. That part. So to be insane is not a death penalty. See, it's it's like this. There's two types of mental conditions, mental problems as you call them. There's physical mental problems, like someone hit you in the head with a hammer, or you were born with something wrong with your brain. And there's informational mental problems. Someone put some wrong data, some wrong information, some wrong stuffing, some lies in your hip mind via your brain, via your eyes and your ears, your nose and your tongue. Someone can give you something to eat and tell you it's something else, tell you it's okay. It's murder. It's death. It's blood you fucking eating. You're eating a dead animal. It's not chicken. Fish all fried up with the bread on it and the seasonings and all that. It's a dead animal laying there stinking with his guts pulled out. That's the way it looked before they dressed it up. It's the reason the birds won't land in your hand no more. They smell the death on your breath. The animals used to would come to you. Just like the dogs and cats do, all the animals used to. Until you built up this stench of death. You smell like death coming out your pores. You live off death. Come on now. A bird, I'm a bird, and I smell bird on your breath. I'm really gonna come near you, right? Come on, get a Blue's Clue. Ancient TV show. You might find it in the archives. Newsflash, those animals that you kidnapped and did all this horrible stuff to, you call domesticating, they weren't meat eaters either. You made them meat eaters. Look at their teeth. See, look at your teeth. See, things that are supposed to eat meat have teeth like a tiger. You feel me? Like a lion. They have teeth to rip meat apart alive. You don't. You got little ones for ripping vegetables. You got little tiny ones for ripping vegetables, and dogs do too. You know? You see, they'll eat some grain mixed up. That's all dog food used to be, was cereal. And they was happy to get it. And they was healthy too. But all of a sudden you need Alpo, excuse me, no, nothing toward any particular brand, but things talk about, oh, made with real beef. Now you created a creature that will eat you if you sleep too long or you're unconscious. It will eat you if it get hungry and you ain't there to feed it. It will eat you. That's scientific fact. It's not my opinion. You did this to these animals. You handicapped them. They used to could smell further, hear further, be more alert. Now I woke up and startled dogs and cats. When did that start happening? About the time the dogs stopped chasing cats. And don't try to act like you didn't see this. I don't care what era you from. It happens that fast and that recent. Dogs used to chase cats. It was in all the cartoons. They don't even put it in the cartoons no more. The dogs and the cats are walking around buddy buddy at your house and on TV. And no one even seen it go down or even ask one question of what the hell is this? You answer this question. I keep asking it over and over. If a bird's supposed to live in a nest and fish in the sea, where are dogs and cats supposed to live? Because it's not at your house. See what you've done? You, these animals gonna become extinct. See, you're so busy about them becoming more intelligent or understanding your language. You're not looking at their noses becoming weak and their eyes becoming weak and their ears becoming weak and their bodies becoming weak and they're becoming sickly and they're going to the doctor more than your butt is going to the doctor. It's always something. They didn't need you to take care of them, nor did they need no vet. I'm living watching the last of the dogs that know how to go eat some grass when they get sick. Most of the dogs done already forgot. But I'm watching the last few dogs that try to make their way to some grass and eat it when they're sick. Every dog used to do this automatically. Now your dog come looks at you for you to do something about it. And you don't see what's going on. You're plugged into something. Okay? These devices that you have are brainwashing you. Not by no particular source. Everybody's in on the party. Soon as it's like you sell him a gun, sell me a gun. I want a gun too. So every person in power, that means every major corporation, has its brainwashing techniques and crew designed and aimed at you. Right now they're in a think tank thinking of how they're going to brainwash you some more tomorrow and what they're going to come up with to do it with. And even thinking about someone's brainwashing their child and brainwashing them at home too. Matter of fact, some of them say, hey, they're doing it to me. Who am I? Like the drug dealers. If I don't sell it to them, somebody is. And that's how it's going down. So you can't blame the Illuminati or the government because, man, I'm telling you, that guy with that ice cream truck is trying to work you with those little pictures of ice cream on the side, all right, with no prices. So, listen, let's get back to the device. And the question, are you plugged in? Being plugged in is hazardous. It's definitely hazardous to sleep with the TV on. What are you doing? Sleep learning the commercials? Oh, you're watching the movie in your sleep. You're insane. You're putting yourself at risk for nothing. You got background noise in your mind because of TVs and music playing at night and commercials making you want things that you didn't even really want, but you sit there and let them feed it to you while you were asleep. Turn the TV off. It's causing noise in your brain, making it hard for you to think. Then you wake up the next day wondering why it's so hard for you to think. I got to get my coffee. Now you done sacrifice your nerves for your brain. Now you got the jitters, but um, the chemical released is helping me. It's helping me. No, it's not. If you tell yourself anything, you tell yourself the cigarette's helping you too, huh? Yeah, I know that story. I already know it. Told it myself. You're insane. Do you know what insane is? Insane is to be out of touch with what is. You know, you've seen the movies. Not guilty by reason of insanity. How can they? How do they get this verdict? A person. They have to show that a person was not aware of the consequences of their actions when they made that action. That they lost their mind, so to speak. They didn't know what they were doing, and that's you. Okay. when you are not aware of the consequences of your actions, when you are not aware of reality or aware of what is. All right, see, let's make that clearer. Once a ball is hit in the air, you can pretty much see where it's going to land if you're in your right state of mind. And if you cannot judge where that ball is going to land, you're off. That means every action you can see where it's going if you think about it, envision it, foresee it. Now, when you do something and you don't know how it's going to turn out, that's insane. When you do things and you don't know why you did it, that's even more insane. And when you do things and don't even know you did it, you totally insane. Another note about breaking the brainwashing. Now, don't make the mistake of learning when you go to learn a different language, don't make it a kin language. What I mean is if you live in America or the United States, don't go learn Spanish. Because if someone's sending you a program in America in English, they're sending it in Spanish too because the population is that large. So you're still going to be brainwashed. Because they're not just sending in English, they're sending in Spanish. You can tell the languages, all right? When you go to an official government building or something and it's printed in more than one language, those are the languages you don't want to learn. Those are the languages that the program is being sent in your area, okay? So you want to go learn an outside language that ain't spoken around you nowhere. That it would be crazy for them to send you a program in German or in another language. It's yeah, and Arabic is one of those languages that they're sending it in that language too. If you're in America, come on now, and then if you and you can be from India, whatever the population is in the area where they feel the need to print things in their language too, because it's that many of them. Uh, that's one of the languages you don't want to take because any smart entity is going to be sending it in multiple languages because they're trying to hit a wide range of people unless it's just a small targeted group. Okay. Now, what I'm saying is these devices that you plugged into, it's this simple. If I make everybody go through SoundCloud, SoundClick, and stuff to for their music, and I own it, I can add what I want to everybody's music that goes out. I can underlay every song with a subliminal program, every last one. If I own YouTube, I can put it in every video. That's what the processing part is after it uploads. Put our own little marks and data on the tape where it can be recognized that this is now a YouTube video and other things. The likes and all the other data that go with it. Anyway, it's all there inside your video. That's why when your video change, those numbers change. That's another story. All I'm simply saying is this. Everybody's wide open to attack. Let me give you an example. People worry about China and getting in a war with China or Korea and the Asians and all this here. So they import all these Asians and hold them for hostage, hoping that they'll never shoot at us because they'll be shooting at their own people. We got too many of them over here. That's what that strategy was about. All right? Let me explain to you what position you would be in if Asia had it in for you. Say, let's take it from the evil villain, all right? Let's take it from that perspective since I like using it. If I was some mad super villain, you know what I would do? I would put some poison gas that was sonically released in plastic. All right? Well, when I played this pitch, all the plastic would let off this gas. And everything with made in China, made in Hong Kong, made in Japan, everything with that on the bottom of it will release this gas. Now, if that was a real scenario, everybody you know and everything you know be dead right now. Dead right this moment. Nowhere to run. Because that's how much you got of it all around you. If you feared someone for being your enemy, why would you surround yourself with gifts or whatever? It could be traps, it could be bombs, it could be anything, and you're stupid. They don't want you. I'm not saying they that fond of you, and you have to ask yourself why, and that's a whole nother note. But what I'm simply saying is you need an is check. Because if they wanted you, Pearl Harbor is nothing compared to what they could do to you with the electronics they done put around you. Not just poison gas, real wires, okay? Real wires and chips all around you they made you got from them. In your everything. Can make your everything explode. So you don't want to be picking with these people. You don't want no problems with these people. You need to get that out your racist head. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of you picking fights with people way across the damn water. Fucking with people who aren't fucking with us. That's why we're finna replace you. That's why you're gonna be replaced with the ones. You won't be here tomorrow. That you can bet. So, city, our lives flooded with electronics and everybody's plugged into them. But you're saying that somebody in front of you is behind it. And what I'm telling you is they bought that crap from someone else. Yeah, the the phone company may be brainwashing you, okay? And the government may be brainwashing them, but those made in Taiwan chips they got could be brainwashing them all. And you don't know where to look, where to go, up, so you just don't know. So you don't deal with that. You get the ones, you keep it simple, and you concentrate on you. But you got to come unplugged. See, plugged means you have no imagination or mind of your own. There is no motion picture that can match my imagination. That's why people say, I'm gonna see how he could sit there. That's what spawned this note. How he could sit there without his phone on, or being on YouTube, Instagram, watching movies. How can he live without his phone, without texting, without messaging? What can he do without being plugged up? Those are the people that die because they're plugged up like a dope fiend on the internet. When the internet go off, they act like the air cut off, like they're gonna die. Like they act like real drug addicts act when they can't get no drugs. They get violent even. The children get a straight attitude real quick when the internet go off. That's why, and you know this, cause you don't even use the old trick no more. I'm not gonna buy you any more candy. You threaten straight to cut the internet off or take their phone or tablet. You know, don't try to lie. This is dangerous. When you hear about the glitch and you hear about the virus, you're gonna know why. The reason you don't know now is because people have to have time to do something about it before there's a mass panic. It'd be better to tell you, hey, here's the problem, but here's the solution. To tell you here's the problem and scare the bejesus out of you and nobody got to tell you what to do about it, this ensues mass panic. Not good. But I wanted to plant a seed in your head about being plugged in so you can start weaning yourself off because drastically it's going to make your life feel empty. Like when you go to a drug program, they feel like this. You know what their favorite words is? I'm bored. That's what you can't get your drug of choice, alcohol or whatever. You can hear this sentence coming out your mouth. It's boring. I'm bored. But not when the only time you're not bored is when you high. That's what you're saying when you're plugged in. then you don't know what's happening. See, it's replacing your mind. It's thinking for the computer is thinking for you. The little handheld device is thinking for you. You spell 3 letters, it finished spelling the word for you. You don't even know how. You have to learn how to spell anymore. You don't have to figure out any math questions. You don't have to research nothing. You don't have to go to the library. You don't have to do any of these things that made great minds. Just Google it. Boy, I hate to see the consequences of this. It's way worse than Wall-E. If you are one, we're going to give you a way to unplug, but we can't do it right now. There's a profit margin to be thought about. Hey, it takes money to finance a revolution, especially an evolution revolution. So, see you next time.